friends, welcome to Online Web Tutor. I am Sanjay. In this video we'll discuss a very interesting command of CodeIgniter 4, and that is Scaffolding Janitor command. If I back to editor. So before discussing this command, actually we need to discuss a case here. Go back to slide. So suppose we are creating a CRUD based application. As we know that CRUD stands for create, read, update and delete. So here create means that we are going to use all about insert method. For read operation we generally use select commands. For update operation we use update method or update command. For delete operation we use delete command. So to actually complete or to create a CRUD based project, the basic files we need inside CodeIgniter 4, that is a migration file, So migration files are those classes inside CodeIgniter 4. By the help of that we can create a table skeleton. It means database table structures will be designed using migrations. The second file we need called seeders. Seeders are those classes inside CodeIgniter 4. By the help of that we can generate some fake data. Third file we need called a controller. As we know that inside MVC, C stands for controller. It connects our view files with model files. And the fourth file we need called models. And models are the connectors which connect with the database tables. From here we have removed delete. So from overall discussion, it means if we are creating a CRUD based system inside CodeIgniter 4, we need all these files. So to create all these files, as we know inside CodeIgniter 4, we have a rich set of CodeIgniter 4 Spark CLI commands. If I go to project terminal, if I type PHP Spark, so we can see here all about the command list. If we go inside generators, so here we have a command to create controller files, that is make controller. If we want to generate migration files, here we have the command called make migration. If we want to generate seeder file, here we have a command called make seeder. And finally, if we want to generate model file, here we have make model command. So overall, to create a CRUD based application we need all these files. So to create all these files, here we have our commands available. But just think for a case if single command is going to generate all these files, then how it is easier to create a CRUD based system. Yes, inside CodeIgniter 4 we have a very special command available, that is make scaffold. If we use this command, then automatically this command is going to generate all these basic files. But before using that command, let's use our separate commands to generate all these files. So suppose we are creating a blog management system. So we need a blog migration, blog seeder, blog controller and a blog model. Let's go back to project terminal. So first I will generate a migration file. So PHP Spark make migration, and I will call it as create blogs table. If I press enter, now as we can see we have our new migration file inside this migrations folder. Back to editor, go inside app, database, migrations, and here we have our blogs migration. So according to the table structure, we can define the table skeleton, its properties, its column list, all about inside this up method. Now next we need the next file, that is seeders. Go inside terminal, we need to make use of make seeder command. So before using that, if I type PHP Spark, go inside generators, and here we have command called make seeder. So I'm going to use that PHP Spark make seeder. Next we need to pass our seeder class name. So let's call it as blog, and I will use suffix as a flag. It means blog seeder.php file will be generated. Press enter. Now as we can see blog seeder inside seeds folder. Back to editor, go inside app, database, seeds folder, and here we have blog seeder. By the help of this class file, we can generate some fake data for our application. Now the next file we need all about controller. So here, let's say PHP Spark make controller, and I will call it as blog, and I will pass suffix as a flag. It means it will generate blog controller.php. Press enter. Now as we can see, this file has been generated inside controllers folder. Back to editor, go inside app, controllers, and inside this controllers we can find all about blog controller. And finally, we need to generate this model file. Go here, so PHP Spark make model. We need to pass model class name. So this is all about a blog management system. As we know, inside our database we'll have a blogs table. So table name always plural, but the model name always singular. So in this case, PHP Spark make model, and it will be something called blog. I will pass suffix as a flag, so it means it will generate blog model.php. Press enter. As we can see, this model file has been generated inside models folder. Back to editor, go inside app, and from this app folder here we have models, and this is all about blog model. So successfully we have generated all these files. So step by step, if we use all these files what we have generated, then we can create a blog management CRUD based application. So here, if I write the command for all these operations, so it will be make migration. For seeders, it will be make seeder. For controller, make controller. And for models, it will be make model. So as we can see that to generate all these files, we need to use all these commands. Now let's use all about our scaffold command and see that how it is useful to generate all these files. Back to terminal, let's clear console first. If I type PHP Spark, go to generator section, and here we have a command available called make scaffold. If I see its single line description, it generates a complete set of scaffold files. And here, these files like migration, seeders, controller and models, which basically completes a CRUD based system, is known as scaffold files. So before using this command, let's open its help manual. So PHP Spark, help as a keyword, and then we need to type the command name. So make colon and let's say scaffold. If I press enter, now as we can see that before using make scaffold command, we need to pass a name here, the class name. It means the name what we use here. This name seems to the controller class name, model class name, our migration class name, as well as seeder class name. So after this name argument, here we have our options flag. It means optionally we can pass all these parameters, but this argument is a required attribute, but these options are optional parameters. So here, let's say that I want to create a books management CRUD system. So in that case, also we need a controller file, a model file, migration file, and a seeder file. But this time I will use make scaffold command. So here it will be PHP Spark make scaffold, and then we need to pass the name. So it will be called book, and I will pass suffix as a flag. It means it will create book controller.php, book model.php, book seeder.php, as well as book migration. If I press enter, now as we can see that this single-handed command now generated all these files called book controller inside controllers folder, book model inside models folder. This is all about the migration file, and here we have book seeder inside seeds folder. If I go back to editor, let's check all those files. So first I will check all about controller. So go inside app, controllers, and here we have book controller. Successfully, we can see the controller class. Now next I will go inside database, migrations, and here we have book migration. By the help of this migration class, we can generate the table structure. Now next, if we go inside Seeds folder, we can see book seeder file. And finally, if we go inside Models folder, so successfully, as we can see that book model class is also available. So here, if we see the differences between to generate all these files using separate commands or by using scaffold commands. So scaffold command is a very easier way to generate our scaffold files to create a CRUD based system. So this command we can use, for example, if we are creating an admin panel and inside admin panel we have several modules. In those modules we are creating our CRUD based system. So in that case, this option is too much useful. Apart from these web development files, if we want to use the same concept of a scaffold to generate our RESTful controller, so also we can use that. Let's go back to project terminal. Again, if I type called php spark, it means the help manual command of scaffold. We can see that inside these options, inside these optional parameters, here we have a flag available called RESTful. Already we know from previous video that if we use this flag, so it is going to generate a resource controller. It means a RESTful API controller class. So let's use that. php spark make scaffold. So before passing our API class name, let's go back to editor. Just I'm going to check all about controller existence. So API controller already exists. So I will use, let's say, user. I will pass suffix as a flag and also I will pass RESTful. If I press enter, so we can see that user controller created, user model also created, user migration and user seeder. If I go back to editor, go inside controllers folder, if I see user controller, so as we can see that it is extending resource controller, but the normal controllers extend all about base controller. But this time actually we generated all about our RESTful controller, so this time it extends or inherited from resource controller. Again, if you go inside models folder, we can see user model, migrations, user migration, and finally here we have user seeder. So overall, by using this scaffold command, actually we can generate all these basic files in a very easier way. So finally, I think that after seeing this video, if you are creating any admin panel for different modules for CRUD based system, so this command you will use to generate all these basic files. So I hope this video will give some basic concept to use some Spark CLI command in a very better way. So if you like this video, then please like, comment and subscribe to this channel. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.